We live in an era where silence is seen as a flaw, and noise is a form of power. Yet we are drowning in the chaos. Are you feeling exhausted even while sitting perfectly still? The digital world demands your attention every second, leaving your spirit drained and your mind scattered. Our brains were never designed to process this much data. We are caught in a relentless cycle of reaction, losing our ability to truly think and feel. The truth is, the world doesn't lack information. It lacks the sacred stillness required to digest that information and turn it into true, actionable wisdom. When we lose our connection to silence, we lose our connection to ourselves. Every notification is a small theft of your peace and your vital energy. We scream to be heard in a world that is already too loud, forgetting that the most powerful messages are often delivered in the quietest moments. Pause for a moment. Can you hear the ringing in your ears? That is the sound of a mind that has forgotten how to be truly quiet. In this battlefield of noise, the one who speaks the loudest is rarely the one who wins. Real victory belongs to those who can master their inner silence. We are starving for a depth that cannot be found on a screen. Our souls are hungry for the quietude that the modern world tries to erase. True power is not found in the volume of your voice, but in the clarity of your thoughts. When the world around you is screaming for attention, let us step away from the edge of exhaustion and explore the science of why silence is the ultimate weapon for the modern, overtaxed human soul. Science proves that just 2 minutes of complete silence can be more relaxing for the brain than listening to soothing music or white noise machines. In the absence of sound, your brain begins to produce new cells in the hippocampus, the region responsible for memory, learning, and emotional regulation. Silence is not merely the absence of noise. It is a biological necessity. It is the period where your nervous system finally begins to reboot itself. When the external world goes quiet, your internal world has the space to organize, heal, and lower the levels of stress hormones like cortisol in blood. By reducing your physiological stress, silence prepares you for high-stakes decision-making. The calmest mind is always the one that sees the clearest path forward. The winners in this world are not those who react most quickly, but those who possess the nervous system stability to wait for the right moment. Your brain needs the default mode network to activate. This only happens when you stop focusing on external stimuli and allow your mind to wander inward. This is where creativity is born, in the quiet gaps between thoughts. The brain makes connections that are impossible to find in a state of constant distraction. To be silent is to gain a bird's-eye view of your life. You stop being a victim of the noise and start becoming the observer. Underneath the surface of the loud, chaotic world, there is a deep reservoir of strength. Silence allows you to dive deep and access that power. Think of silence as the maintenance period for your soul. It is the time when you repair the damage done by the friction of daily life. The universe itself is mostly silence. By embracing it, you align yourself with the natural order of existence, rather than the frantic pace of humanity. Silence is the language of the wise. Now, let us look at how the ancient philosophers used this silence as a weapon of self-mastery and control. The Stoic emperor Marcus Aurelius knew that inner peace did not depend on external quiet, but on the disciplined silence of the mind's own judgments. He believed we have the power to hold no opinion. Silence is the choice to not react, to not let the world's madness disturb your soul. When you refuse to engage in every argument, you keep your power. You stop leaking your energy into things that do not truly matter to you. The world will try to provoke you. It will try to pull a reaction out of you. Silence is your shield, reminding you that you are untouchable. In every social interaction, the person who can remain silent and observant holds the tactical advantage. They see the board while others are blinded by emotion. Take a deep breath and commit to this discipline. Comment "I release control" below to affirm your commitment to mastering your own internal reactions today. Stoicism teaches us that most things are outside our control. Our only true domain is our mind, and silence is the gatekeeper of that domain. Without silence, your inner compass is broken by the magnetic pull of other people's opinions. Quietness allows you to find your true direction again. To know yourself, you must be silent. You cannot see the bottom of a lake if the surface is constantly agitated by the wind of words. The art of non-reaction is the ultimate flex of strength. It shows that you are the master of your emotions, not a slave to your environment. Be like the bridge. Let the noise and the drama flow beneath you. You remain grounded in your silence, while the world rushes fruitlessly by. Your silence will often frustrate those who seek to control you. It is a mirror that reflects their own instability back at them with absolute coldness. The oak tree does not argue with the storm. It simply remains. Your silence is your roots, holding you steady when the winds of life howl. In the world of Zen, silence is the sharpest blade. It is the tool we use to cut through the illusions of the ego and distractions. By reclaiming your energy from social noise, you aren't becoming passive. You are sharpening your intellect. A silent mind sees the truth that others miss. Every moment you spend in silence is a moment spent honing your weapon. You are training your brain to focus on a single point of reality. Focus is the new currency. In an age of distraction, the ability to sit in silence and think deeply is a superpower that few people possess. When you stop the constant output of words, you begin the deep input of wisdom. You start to hear the whispers of your own intuition clearly. Silence is the pause before the arrow is released. It is the gathering of potential energy that leads to an unstoppable and perfectly aimed strike. The fog of the world clears when you stop adding your own noise to it. You begin to see things as they truly are, not as you wish. Zen teaches us that mu, or emptiness, is full of possibility. Silence is the canvas upon which the most brilliant ideas of your life are painted. Don't fear the void of silence. In that void, you find the fragments of your true self that have been scattered by the winds of society. Rising above the noise is not an act of arrogance, but an act of survival. You must protect your mental space as if it were sacred. Writing in silence allows your thoughts to take shape. It turns the chaotic energy of your mind into a structured, powerful, and focused force of will. The greatest discoveries are made in the quietest laboratories. The greatest poems are written in the dead of night. Silence is the womb of genius. Every breath you take in silence is a reclamation of your life. You're no longer performing for an audience. You are simply existing for yourself. A quiet mind is a high-voltage mind. When you stop wasting energy on trivial talk, your internal light burns brighter and reaches much further than before. Silence allows you to build something meaningful. It gives you the patience to weave a life that is both beautiful and resilient against any storm. Simplicity is the ultimate sophistication, and silence is the ultimate simplicity. It strips away the unnecessary until only the essential and the true remains. Reclaim your time. Reclaim your focus. In the quiet, you are not losing time. you are gaining a deeper understanding of how to use it well. The world will keep spinning, and the noise will never truly end. Your task is to find the silent center of the wheel and live there. The deeper the water, the more still it becomes. The deeper the person, the more they value the power and the sanctuary of their silence. In the digital age, being the loudest person in the room is a sign of weakness. True leaders understand that listening is the ultimate power. The weak will fill their insecurities with empty words. The strong master the space with their silent presence, observing everything before they choose to act at all. To win today, you don't need to shout. You need to be quiet enough to hear the opportunities that everyone else is too busy talking over. Your silence creates an air of mystery and authority. It makes people wonder what you know, making your eventual words carry the weight of heavy gold. Speak only when your words are more valuable than the silence they break. This single rule will change the way the entire world perceives your value. The digital world is a web of noise designed to keep you reactive. By choosing silence, you step outside the web and become the one who watches. Seneca warned us that life is short, and we make it shorter by wasting it. Much of that waste comes from unnecessary talk and empty social noise. Every word you speak is a moment of your life you can never get back. Use them wisely, or better yet, save them for what truly matters. Position yourself as the observer. While the world is caught in a frenzy of reaction, you remain the calm strategist who moves with silent, deadly precision. Silence gives you the time to think 3 steps ahead. It is the tactical pause that allows you to outmaneuver those who are led by impulses. You don't need to be part of every conversation to be relevant. In fact, your absence and your silence often make you more relevant than ever. Your silence is your greatest power. It is the home you return to when the world becomes too much to bear. It is your sanctuary. Do not fear the quiet. Fear the possibility of losing yourself in the noise of others. Reclaim your soul by embracing the stillness of the present. We are part of something much larger than our daily grievances. In the silence of space, we find the true scale of our existence and peace. Before you leave this moment, make a vow to yourself. A vow to protect your peace and to value your silence above the roar of the crowd. Affirm your position now. Comment, "I embrace uncertainty," to signal your readiness to lead from a place of calm, silent, and focused internal power. One silent, well-timed action is worth 1,000 loud, empty words. Go forth and let your silence be the foundation of your future victories. Thank you for choosing this moment of stillness with us. Remember, the quietest souls are often the ones who change the world the most profoundly. Now, take this silence with you. Let it be your guide, your shield, and your greatest strength in everything you do from this moment on.